Hey, sugar. I'm a little sleepy this morning. I've been up since about 4:30. There was a tornado siren that was going off. Luckily, no damage in my area, but I figured I would tell the story of how my house got hit in a tornado when I was a little kid. And it is a pretty crazy story. It does mention God, so if that bothers you for any reason, you may just want to keep scrolling. So if I sound a little sleepy, I apologize. Again, I've been up since 4:30. So this is the story of how my house got hit in a tornado when I was 7. And in a video I did a few weeks ago about Ohio, some of you guys were like, at least we don't have tornadoes. And I'm like, well, I don't know what you're talking about. Because where I live, we absolutely have tornadoes. So I was 7 years old at this time, and it was a Wednesday night. And me and my 2 sisters really wanted to go to church because they would always have something going on for the kids. We knew we were supposed to get really bad storms, so my mom was like, absolutely not. We're not going, we're just staying in tonight. And my mom has anxiety when it comes to driving in general, so even if it's just raining, she will try not to go out. So the fact that we were supposed to get bad weather, there was a 0% chance that we were going. So we just kind of gave up. We asked one time and we're like, all right, you know. Like 10 minutes later, she's like, get in the car, we're going. And we're like, what? Because this is like very out of character for us. We're like, all right. So as soon as we get to church, they're like, get in the basement, a tornado just touched down. And we later found out that it had hit our neighborhood. When we went back, there was a lot of damage done to the houses. Like, this was an F4 tornado that had hit. For those of you who don't know tornadoes, F5 is the biggest that it can go to. So F4 is a pretty substantial, it's a pretty big tornado. But the whole reason why we went in the first place is because as soon as my mom went back inside, she said that she heard this voice. And she swears that it was God, and it just said, you need to go. And so as soon as she heard it, she didn't even question it. She just threw us in the, she threw us in the car. And then we went to church. What's crazy is that the house was pretty small that we lived in, right? Like, it was just a single story ranch. So the only place I really would have had to hide at the time would have been my closet in my room. And when we came back to look at the damage, there was a giant tree trunk that like was in my closet. So had I been hiding in there, I, may not be here today, that's just crazy to think about. So yeah, unfortunately I have to take tornadoes seriously. My coworker though, I just found this out, he gets in his car and drives the other way. Every time there's a tornado warning, he'll get in his car and drive the other way, which I was like, I ain't never heard of that, but to each their own.